Hey everyone, welcome back to the workshop. Artisan Pirate here, and in today's scroll saw project video we have a fishing themed project designed by Steve Good. Nice little design, and I really like it. I remember fishing with my grandfather years and years ago, but I haven't been fishing in probably 10-15 years. But here is the pattern. I've already got it attached to the wood with clear packing tape, and it is a fish with the words "Let's Go Fishing" on it. This would be a great project to make and give to someone who loves fishing or collects fishing memorabilia or has a fishing themed room. I know a lot of people that love fishing out towards the country. I know some members of my family really love to go fishing, so this will probably end up being a gift to one of them. Now the wood I'm using is spalted, but I do not know the variety of wood, and I've got another piece of it here that was given to me, and it really shows off some of the grain and some of the spalting in it. And I think it really looks good. I have never scrolled this kind of wood, and I'm really unsure of what the actual species of wood is. But I've never scrolled it, like I said. I'm really excited to see how it will work over on the scroll saw. So what we're going to do now is head over to the drill press, drill all of our pilot holes for internal cutting, head back over to the scroll saw, and start scrolling. And over here on the drill press, we're using a small drill bit to drill all of the pilot holes for internal cutting. Several on this project with all the inside cuts for all the letters. And now we're going to head over to the scroll saw and start scrolling. I am using number 5 ultra reverse shark tooth scroll saw blades. And they cut this wood just fine. Like I said, I'm unsure of what kind it is, but it cut it extremely well and extremely smoothly. The pattern is designed by Steve Good and is available as a free pattern download over at his website at www.scrollsawworkshop.blogspot.com over in the free pattern catalog. Going through here with all of the internal cutting. Be a great project to practice cutting letters out, since some of the letters are bigger and then they get smaller. Really be able to test your skill if you are new to scrolling. Working here on the G here, this toward the mouth of the fish. And now the O in Let's Go. Really a fun project to cut out, and you've seen me use basic dollar store soap there to lubricate the blade to prevent burn marks from forming on the inside of the cut. And if you guys like what you're seeing, I would encourage you to subscribe to my YouTube channel and also follow me online on my Instagram page at Artisan Pirate. I try to post over there regularly and use the story feature on the Instagram app to show you guys what I'm up to out in the workshop or just in a day-to-day basis. Finishing the last internal cut here, and now we're going to begin that final outside cut to release the piece from the wood. And I'm sure people wonder why I use a pilot hole for the final cut where I could just start from the outside the piece and go into the cut line, and it just makes the wood more stable when you start the final cut with a pilot hole, especially with all this wording. I didn't want a piece with a cut through it bouncing around and potentially breaking one of the pieces of the letters off, if that makes any sense. But I always try to start the final cut with a pilot hole. And of course some projects don't need that final pilot hole to begin the outside cut, like if you're cutting a straight line or a square or circle or something. But going around Let's Go here and just taking my time with it and giving it a little bit more soap before I come around the mouth of the fish and head to finish releasing this piece from the wood. And now that all of the scroll saw work is done, we will take the piece off the blade and head over to sanding. And I'm just using a palm sander with 100 grit sandpaper and using small circular motions and not a lot of pressure to sand it. And I'll do more detail sanding off camera. And for now, the project is done. And here we have the completed Let's Go Fishing piece. It scrolled extremely well. Again, I do not know the species of this wood, so some of you wood experts, if you know by looking at it up close here what kind of wood it is, I would love to know so I could write it on the other spare piece of wood I've got, so for future reference. But it turned out real good. It took me around an hour to cut this piece out entirely, and the reason that is, even though it's not a lot of detail, it was a slower cut with all the words and just the wood itself, so I'm leaning that it's kind of a hardwood and not a softwood like pine, but it scrolled extremely well. The letters showed up really good. Let's go fishing. This project is extremely fragile, especially this back piece here along the tail and the words let's go. So what I'd like to see done with this project, if someone else would make it, would be maybe mount it on a backer board of a darker wood color, like a dark walnut color or something, and then put the clear coat and all on it to really make the project pop. But I really love how that little spalting goes through it, and there is more on the back side of it. But I think it turned out real good, and I really enjoyed cutting it and trying cutting a new species of wood over on the scroll saw. I didn't break a blade, so that's good. But all in all, it turned out real good. And if you're curious about that little white block I rub up against the blade, that is just regular dollar store soap. It helps lubricate the blade and give it a smoother cutting action and does not allow the blade to burn in between some of the tighter curves. But one more look at it. Let's go fishing. I really like it. That about wraps up this scroll saw project video. I hope you guys learned something, and remember guys, if I can make it or do it, so can you. I'm the Artisan Pirate. Take care, and I'll see you guys real soon.